This whole video is basically just like, mic test. How good's the new microphone? How does it sound when I upload it to YouTube? All these things. And I figured we might as well talk about my current reads. So just before I hit recording, I finished, I don't want to block my cat, but I finished Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey. I finished it in audio. I like to keep sort of biographies as audiobooks that I could kind of view or listen to when I'm walking. I can ponder it a little bit better and be more attentive when I listen. Anyways, I finished Greenlights, Matthew McConaughey. It was good. I quite liked it. I give it 4 stars. It's basically just, the biography of his life, how he got into acting, what he was supposed to do, which is quite cool to see how this, high performer, Matthew McConaughey, Interstellar, how this guy was meant to be a lawyer. Well, he wasn't meant to be, but that would have been his life's trajectory, provided he, listened to his father and pursued a business or a law school. Sorry. And so I thought that was quite cool. I'm like, wow, his entire trajectory just shifted into acting. From that one decision of pursuing acting, we now have Matthew McConaughey, face of Interstellar there, and I was like, that's phenomenal. Anyways, he goes through the book. He gives goes through his life, tidbits of wisdom he picked up, throughout his life, in the form of what he calls bumper stickers, and I really enjoyed that format. He goes through the stories about his life, him in the desert. This really good part where he was in his birthday suit playing bongos in his birthday suit. He got arrested for it. He was naked playing bongos in his birthday suit there. Got arrested for that. Him telling it was funniest thing I've listened to whilst on a walk like that. Listening to a biography, and something I like as well about it is which he was arrested because he got a noise complaint. He was too loud with his bongos, naked. Got a noise complaint at 3 a.m. because he was just bong. Okay, it's voiced by Matthew McConaughey, which I really like. It really adds just much more humor and much more it adds to the entirety of it. I usually enjoy, especially a biography, where it's voiced by the actual person the biography is discussing. When it's voiced by that, I love it. Those are some of the best audiobooks that that you could listen to, or just any sort of audiobook that's voiced by the author. It just adds a level of authenticity. It's just phenomenal. Anyways, I gave Greenlights, Matthew McConaughey 4 stars. It was good, enjoyable read whilst on a walk. The other book I'm currently reading is If We Were Villains, but I think I want to go to Pride and Prejudice first. So this is the other book I'm reading, Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen. I think I'm going to give this 5 stars. I love it. I'm about 222 pages in. This book is fantastic. I cannot believe Jane Austen wrote this when she was 20. I cannot believe that at all. It's phenomenal. The way this is written, phenomenal. Love this. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It's a romance. A lot of it is just people going to houses. Like they go to one house and then they go to another house and another house, which I find quite strange, and it's a weird sort of way to do it. But I also love it. It's also so nice and such a cool way to see into the lives of these people, because I imagine it's very possible that that's what Jane Austen was doing as well. So she was just speaking of her experience, told in a fictional sense, or what have you. But this was written in the 1800s. Phenomenal book, phenomenal writing, storytelling. Even though it is through just going through houses, but it's a look into the 1800s of this is likely what people would have done. This very odd manner of speaking to us now. This going to houses, being extraordinarily polite with such strange manners. It's so strange to see sort of into that into that word. Or now we have, teenagers not necessarily respecting their elders. There's not much of an there's not much of an importance or emphasis on teenagers being very respectful to the elders and whatnot, which is maybe it's something I just haven't seen much of, and maybe I'm thinking too much into it. I think this will be, if it continues going the way that it is, this will be 5 stars. This book is phenomenal. So my next book is If We Were Villains by M.L. Veal. Veal? Yeah, I believe so. I got into reading this because I heard the similarities between Secret History and this one. And I was like, I love Secret History. Gave that 4 stars. I was like, okay, I want more dark academia sort of vibes. Let's pick this up. Let's read it. I might DNF it. This might be my first DNF of the year. Before I say why, as I think it's a bit of a spoiler and I don't want to even say it just yet, we'll just say what it's about here. So it's Shakespearean. Secret History is like Greek tragedy. If We Were Villains is Shakespearean plays, drama. I really loved that. The first half of this book was phenomenal. When it was heavily focused on just the plays, the Shakespeare, the drama. Loved it. This book starts off very similar to Secret History too. Secret History, that famous quote of Bunny has been dead for several weeks, something along those lines. If We Were Villains starts off with a main character in an interrogation room for murder, and so similarities there of character dead, Secret History, character dead, our main character is being interrogated for it, and the story is told through these interrogations, more or less. And getting the spoilers now, and the reason for why I'm DNFing this. If you don't want spoilers, please just end the video now. If you do, or if you've already read it and you want my thoughts on it, we're halfway through it, 182 pages in. The murder already happened. So the murder already happened. I imagine all the Shakespearean plays are going to be over because, it's now 10 years later. Like, we've now more or less caught up to the timeline of when the book starts. The book starts, interrogation room, goes into the past, goes into the past, goes into the past. At this point, we're in the present. And I'm just like, I'm sure we'll get glimpses into the past still, and the story will be told still through these interrogations. But I'm just thinking, it's been 10 years. My guy has been in prison, jail, for 10 years. He's out now. Well, if you've read it, you know precisely what I mean. Like, he's back. I'm just like, this seems stupid to finish. Maybe one of you who have finished it is hearing this opinion, somehow stumbled across this channel here. Maybe you are like, I should finish it because I'm missing out. In which case, please comment that and tell me to finish this. But I'm just like, man, 10 years. 10 years. Like, yeah, we can find the guy who did it, right? Whatever. But you won't get those 10 years back. And so I'm just like, lost interest now that that's been revealed. The murder's been revealed, and I'm just like, what else would there be to read? And I feel like I already know who did the murder. The author M.L. Veal here dropped a hint that I picked up, and I was like, oh, obviously this is the murderer. Our main character is Oliver. James, I'm almost certain, is the murderer. The reason why is about 20 pages ago, a little around the murder happened, he showered. And the story is told in our main character's perspective. It's possible he's lying to the officer, and the whole narrative is skewed and is the guy lying. But if it's not, then I'm pretty certain James is the murderer, which is also partly why I don't want to finish the book, because I'm like, I think who the murderer is, and main character's not getting back those 10 years, so I'm just like, yeah, don't really want to finish this one. But yeah, I think it's James purely because the author left a breadcrumb of he took a shower around the time the murder happened, and I'm like, okay, it's probably to wash off blood. Like, that was my best guess. I was like, oh, obviously this is the murderer, breadcrumb right there. But yeah, those are my current reads. Hopefully the microphone sounds good, and yeah, if you liked the video, if you're watching the video, if you made it to this point at all, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if I should continue reading If We Were Villains there.